And now, coming to you live from the tri-state area and San Francisco, California, it's the best part of Wednesday, Waffle Box, with your hosts, Mike Fish and Kush Hayes.
Ooh, welcome to Waffle Box, the podcast where we talk about anything, everything, and nothing, all at the same time. Coming up on episode 78, we look back at the year that was 2022 in the Waffle Box archives. The Smurfs are back for Avatar 2 in this week's Kush's movie review, and so much more. I am Mike Fish, and I am joined, as always, by the main man from San Fran. It's Mr. Kush Hayes. Kush, how you doing, buddy?
What's good, y'all? Kush Hayes here. Happy New Year, everybody. It is the original Waffle Box. You accept no substitutes because it is the best part of Wednesdays, and we have loved having you a part of each and every Wednesday this year. Mike, last show of 2022. I'm super excited. We made it. I have a little thing. It's the most political thing I do, I think, and that's we shouldn't be doing it any day of the year, but on New Year's and Christmas and the holidays, I'm always just like, do not drink and drive. I stress that at the end of as many episodes as I can. No. And while we are not drinking and driving tonight, we usually do pour a couple here on the Waffle Box, and tonight will be no different. Now, for those that don't know, I usually do about a pint of booze on this show. That's a lot, I think. So I got a breathalyzer.
Specify
here.
What kind of booze, because, like, for example, like I do way more than a pint of a beer per episode, but you're talking about the harder stuff, right?
Yeah, I said booze, not beer. I usually drink about a pint of rum.
Whatever, man. It's like,
whatever, man. So I got a little breathalyzer here. We're gonna check in every few moments here on the show tonight. And so far, I've blown a 0.0 because we have not had any drinks. We are now going to have a drink. And, dude, let us celebrate 2022.
Also, just so people don't know, I'm talking madness. So in England, where I grew up, whenever we was going down the pub for a couple of beverages, a couple of beers, we always say, if it's going down to boozer. Boozer. So booze to me is any type of alcohol. I don't discriminate.
Okay.
But cheers.
Cheers, my man. Mike Fish, thank you again for putting together this thing we call the original Waffle Box, dude. You put a lot of your heart, soul, and energy into the show. And yeah, man, I couldn't be happier to be a part of it, dude. Thank you for having me on each and every Wednesday. And I look forward to more episodes with you in the new year. That's probably something we should have had at the end, but fuck it. I like it.
Whatever, man. We're winging it. It's a New Year's Eve party. Just going with it, going with the flow. But not to be overshadowed. Christmas just happened, and if you haven't already listened to it, make sure you go back to listen to episode 77, which was our Christmas crossover special with the good fine folks over at the Not a Strong Start podcast. Hell of an episode, nearly 2 hours of fun-filled entertainment. So check that out. But how was your Christmas? How did jolly Saint Nick treat you this year? Was you naughty or was you nice? Let's find out.
I feel like I was pretty nice. We got a bunch of us got together on Christmas Eve. It was actually like, let's do the family thing the night before. And it was great to see all the kids growing up and sort of mischief being made and blah, blah, blah. My cousin got me this gift. It is a Snoop on a stoop doll.
Ooh.
Elf on the Shelf.
I am familiar with Elf on the Shelf.
This is a Snoop Dogg. I don't know if this is an official licensing thing. I feel like I'm going to get canceled for this in 5 years.
Yeah, I bet it's not. I bet Snoop's not seeing a cent of that.
Well,
I mean,
yes for him. Yeah. So I had a fun. I got a very interesting gift here, and I love it. And thank you, my cousin.
Shout out. I had a good one. So little update. So if you also, I don't know what the. What's the thing where the two circles cross? Is it a Venn diagram or something?
Okay, yeah.
So I don't know what the crossover is between Waffle Box viewers / listeners and watchers and listeners to the Claret and Big Blue podcast, which is my other podcast where I talk about New York Giants and West Ham United. Very sports centric. If you're into that kind of thing, check it out, cbbpod.com. But on yesterday's show, with my fine friend, Mr. Alex Milton, I discussed that one of my Christmas gifts was a Ring doorbell.
Nice.
Which I installed.
Or not.
Which is pretty cool. But, I've already had to deactivate, as I mentioned on the show, I had to deactivate the motion detection already because rather than alert me to any kind of potential crime that's happening in the neighborhood, what it was just alerting me to was either another car just drove past the house, which I don't need to be alerted to every car that goes past. And the other thing was, hey, there's someone on the doorstep. And I'm like, yeah, it's me. I'm going for a cigarette again. Like, chill. So my phone was like blowing up.
Yeah,
so I had to
you
turn
can
off
go into the app and turn off those notifications. Like, you'll still want the notification, like someone rang the doorbell.
So
You'll
when someone rings the
that
doorbell,
one.
I'll still know. But
Yeah.
so I'll leave the motion
we got
detection.
the Ring app.
But what he did tell me, and I didn't know about it at the time, was there's also kind of like this social media part of the Ring app, where people who live in and around you also have a Ring app or Ring doorbell, whatever. They can you can update your status and people can comment on it. And I have discovered that the people in the great town that I live in are super paranoid people. It's hilarious. Like literally any noise that happens, there's like it's just scrolling. Was that a firework or a gunshot? Whose dog is that? Hilarious. I'm gonna get so much entertainment from this app. I can't wait.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna fuck.
I ended up having to stop looking at the neighborhood part of the app. Yeah. So every now and then you'll see some creepy stuff, like just a dude just lurking, like, some weird shit like that, where he just like starts staring at the doorbell. But then it'd just be like, just a guy waiting for like his Uber or something. Like, what's he doing? He's being super suspicious. And on those paranoid and misappropriated apps or threads, the rest of the neighborhood's just laying on him. I'm just like, can't you just see? He's just wait. Look, he clearly got into a car. The guy was just waiting for an Uber. You get a lot of that shit. You can turn off the notifications for everything, like I said. But I totally get your thing, because
feed it to me.
I was getting those the first week as well, and like, it'd be the dumbest shit. Yeah, it'd be a car going by, or a raccoon went past the camera, or guess what? Mike, one time we had such a beautiful day that there was a little wind, and it made the trees shake, and the shadow from the light of the trees went in front of the goddamn Ring, and that set off a motion. And it's just like, holy shit, this it has its gifts and its curses, the Ring doorbell.
Yeah, because you can post like screen captures from your Ring doorbell in the feed. I'm gonna have so much, like, every like Amazon delivery guy or UPS delivery guy, I'm just gonna post that shit and be like, does anyone know who this guy is? He just keeps turning up to my house and leaving his shit on my doorstep. What the fuck? Oh, and Halloween.
I mean, that's
I'm
one
gonna have a
avenue
field
to go
day with
to.
Halloween.
That's oh my
Jason
God. Yeah.
is at my door right now.
I think you're actually gonna have, what happened to me is, you're gonna be shocked at how much bullshit is actually happening outside your front door. And for me, it's been everything from woman not picking up after her dog's poop, to someone taking a rail of cocaine, to someone just whipping his dick out and pissing on the neighbor's door, and then making sure that the Ring camera got a full view of it.
He's proud of himself. Why not?
He was proud of himself.
Flaunt it.
Well said.
No, I just not to go into, I'm not going to give my exact location, because you never know who's listening, man. The government trying to stay off the grid. But I imagine, just from the demographic of the people that live here and also the area, the most I'm going to get is, ooh, it's a fox. Ooh, it's a skunk. Ooh, it's a raccoon. And then the local people will basically be saying, hey, have you seen this guy? He looks sketchy, and he's been doing this and doing that. And it's just going to be basically, under all their language, it's just going to be basically like, there's a black man in the neighborhood. That's the kind of people that live around here. So that's what I've got to look forward to.
Okay.
So
I once
probably
posted that a
doing
coyote was
drugs.
in the neighborhood. I posted a coyote in the neighborhood, and some asshole was like, "Sir, and who is this for?" I was like, people thinking about going out, people within this radius thinking about going outside in 3 minutes, walking the dog, maybe. I don't know. Like, it's a fucking coyote, dude. I know it's California. I know it's been a decade with these things now, but it's a fucking coyote. Don't act all hard.
Coyotes will fuck up your
You
dog.
get a lot of hard ass dudes on the fucking neighborhood app too. It's like, if that was me, I'd have fucking, I'd have given him a little thunder and a little lightning and knocked him the fuck out, bro.
How are you gonna try to act macho whilst posting your updates on the Ring app? Jesus Christ, just relax.
No, no, he's commenting.
Like,
on
how
the
tough
Ring
are you?
app.
You have a Ring app, so you're obviously worried about your home protection.
I gotta
But
stay prepared
don't
always,
try
bro.
to act like a
I'm always
macho
ready.
man.
I got a hammer right here, ready for some shit, bro. Somebody stops in front of my Ring camera, I'm gonna take care of that son bitch. 1, 2, 3. It's no problem.
Although the only thing, the only major thing I need to take care of is, as a married man, you have to, you have your moments. So I'm gonna have like this. I don't want to get caught out, just walking out the house, like lighting up a cigarette, and be like, oh fucking hell! All she does is moan, and then suddenly ring doorbell is like, excuse me, what do you say? Oh no, love you. Oh god, oh shit. That shit's gonna catch me out of it. Anyway,
so I look forward to hearing more about your experiences with the Ring app in the year 2023.
2023 is the year of the Ring, baby. But let's look back. Let's look back at the crazy, wacky year that was 2022. I was looking back at some of these notes of the past Waffle Box episodes, and I was like, my gosh.
Dude, what is this?
Was
like,
this
did we do? I think we only missed like 3 weeks this year.
We definitely missed.
So was that 49?
At least, I think.
Like, I think we took a
when I
week
went back
off
to
when I had
England.
COVID.
We
took
recorded,
a week off when you had.
I had COVID because I was stuck in a country where I couldn't record because I didn't have my laptop. Because we pre-recorded that episode, and then it was going to be great. But then by the time I couldn't get back on COVID, it ruined everything. So I think we reached probably like 2 or 3 episodes, maybe. I don't know.
Did we record when I had COVID? I remember the whole thing with the hospital bed, but
you do
all of it, all the COVID.
Pretty
all
sure
the COVID.
I'm sure we documented the whole COVID situation, and now Spotify is going to tag our podcast. But for more information about COVID.
Oh well. Sure.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're going to look back. There's not going to be a clip show, so don't worry. We are going to be here with you talking live. So
reacting.
We're going to react to some stories because I was like looking back and it's like, oh my, I forgot about this story. Or was it? Oh, that seems long ago. So we're going to go back in chronological order into the ones that popped into my brain. And I was like, oh my God, that's a hilarious story. Starting all the way back, I believe this was in January, episode 32 of Waffle Box, when 2 Los Angeles police officers were fired for chasing Pokemon rather than fleeing robbers. I remember this is a great story.
I remember the incident. You have to give me the details again, please.
So just bring everyone back up to speed. So these 2 LAPD officers were parked nearby when a radio call came in for officers to respond to a robbery. But a review of the in-car camera footage showed they had been playing Pokemon Go and chose to pursue a nearby Snorlax, a relatively rare catch, the article says, instead of providing backup. Oh, dear. So, yeah.
LA's finest. LA's finest.
But
didn't they have like some other past history or whatever? They were like, yeah, hey, we got to go to the Circle K for some bullshit, or is that a whole other case with?
So the crazy thing about this, they have like body cams, they have So I remember. So I don't actually have it in my notes, but I seem to remember there, like in the court case, they were trying to suggest that, like, oh well, the recordings of the car or the conversations going on in the car shouldn't be recording personal conversations. It's like, and I think that got thrown out because it's like, well, that may be the case, but you did this thing though, right? You definitely did a bad thing rather than actually doing your job, right? Yeah, we did. Right, you can fuck right off. That's some balls. Like I would admit now, hopefully no one's listening to me. But hey, this is the era we work. I'm working, and maybe instead of doing some work, I might take some 5-10 minutes to do a little Wordle or something like that. However, if you are a police officer and they say, "Hey, a crime is being committed right now, and you can stop it," and you're like, Snorlax though, pretty rare.
But I need a 5-letter word for addict that starts with F. 5-letter word that starts with F.
I mean, that's a 2022 thing as well. I honestly, I don't know what I'm more addicted to: alcohol, cigarettes, or Wordle. Like there'll be times, there'll be days where I will look at the clock and it's like, oh, it's 11:45. Wait, have I done my Wordle today? Shit! And I have to check because I don't want to fuck up my streak. Oh, it's horrible, man. It's horrible.
I gotta say, I think cigarettes are probably the most satisfying of those three. I played Wordle.
I don't know if you get that Wordle in two. Oh, that's a pretty fucking good one.
I mean, I was more of a Sims guy or a Sim City guy myself, but hey, I no judgment.
Sim City is not the same as Wordle. What kind of madcap universe you living in?
SimCity's pretty satisfying. All right, buddy. We just finished our first shot. This thing recommends we wait 20 minutes, but we don't have that time. We're just going in raw. That's what he said.
Christ, we're going in raw. That's what he said, I guess. And the update is. Oh wait, do we have to wait for you to blow in? Okay.
0.11.
0.11.
So in California, the legal limit is under 0.08, and I just blew a 0.11. So
you can still get to drive at the moment.
I feel fine, but if I got pulled over now.
Wait, was it a 0.8 or a 0.08?
0.08.
Jesus.
And I blew a 0.11.
Well, I think they say you should wait because I think you've got the air of the alcohol. I think that might. I reckon if you don't drink again for 20 minutes, not that I'm suggesting you do that. It's a New Year's Eve party. Drink them if you got them. But I reckon that number would go down if you didn't drink again for 20 minutes. But that's just me.
Maybe. Well, we're going in for shot number 2, and we are sippers, but we'll come back to this. So 0.11. One drink in, and what are we? 20 minutes into the show.
Next story, we move on to episode number 39 of Waffle. By the way, reason I'm saying the episodes obviously because we're just going to be skimming over. If you find these stories funny, go back to those episodes, listen to it in a little bit more depth. It's just cheap,
guys. We have a lot of fun here on the original Waffle Box, and you should have fun with us.
So have a drink, smoke some weed. Touch yourself if you need to.
There you go.
It's New Year's. Enjoy yourself. I have got that
no
kind
judgment.
of voice. Episode 39. This is when in Britain, those wacky Brits, a plant-based pet food company was offering to pay dog owners more than $6,000, $6,685.82 to be specific. And I seem to remember when we was like, that's very specific. Let's convert it into pounds. And it was still a weird number. So I don't know where they come up with that amount of money. But anyway, they were offering dog owners more than $6,000 to switch to their canine diet for 2 months and keep a track of their pets' poop smells.
Oh no.
So the caveat, if you wanted to collect this $6,000, you had to feed your dog their food, and the only way you report back to them is if your dog's poop smells different. This is real science.
This is me audibly shaking my head no. For the listeners at home, I am shaking my head no. No.
So basically, the whole idea was this was supposed to improve the dog's digestion, and I guess the easiest way, I get consistency. Poop. You have to get into poop. Make sure it's
Poop.
But apparently it's also supposed to, improve the bowel movements, poop odor, energy levels, behavior, sleep patterns, weight, and fur condition. But yes, if you wanted this money, get your old nostrils in that poop bag, and let me know how it smells. I'm assuming some people signed up for that. Do you know what? I probably would. I probably would have. I've no shame. $6,000. I'll smell my dog's poop. It's other dogs.
It's $6,000, I guess, dude.
I'm not smelling your dog's poop. That's
I mean, it's
weird.
It's just smelling the poop, right? It's not like doing anything else with the poop.
And to be, if any dog owners are out there, when you get that bag, you put your hand in the bag, and then you have to pick up the poop, and then you turn the bag inside out and do the naughty thing. Unless you're very lucky, whilst you're doing the naughty thing, you get a whiff.
You usually get a whiff.
So,
As a non-dog owner who's picked up plenty of baggies on my own goddamn lawn. One, I don't know how many dog owners listening to this are picking up after themselves just based on my front lawn. But yes, I relate to everything you just said there, Mike Fish, as a non-dog owner.
Funny thing talking about that. So there are people, and you're scumbags, and this is coming as a dog owner, who don't pick up after their dogs.
Thank you.
Because not only is it
dog, mother,
like pick up after your dog, because like now I have to like watch my dog like a hawk, because I don't want my dog sticking its face in or stepping into other dogs' shit. So I have to be like, oh no, there's dog shit there. Pull it away. Like, it's
fascinating.
It's annoying.
So your dog has also the problem of stepping in other dog shit.
But it's a dog.
I guess so. Okay.
They're inquisitive.
Never thought about that. I never thought about that. What's that like for a dog? Is it as traumatizing as us stepping in human shit?
Well, doing some research about this, because not for this particular show, but just in general. So the sense, the anal glands adds a particular scent to the poop. Right? This is great.
You don't say.
So the smell of a dog poop can suggest its health and things like that, but also the stress levels of a dog. So dogs tend to sniff other poop that they find as a natural thing of like, is this a cool area? Should I be alert? I need to check, so I'm going to sniff this poop to see if this place is cool or not. So that's, but yeah, my dog does love to like, she'll be like going slowly up to this dog poop, and like she's almost like, oh, what is this? And she's sniffing and she'll run away. It's like, oh yeah, that's dog shit. Oh, it's hilarious. But the neighborhood I live in, there's been one fantastic reaction to that. So normally, I mean, I was gonna say two, but you normally get the little signs where people like passive aggressively put the little picket signs in their front yard where it's like, pick up after your dog, like stuff like that. One neighbor, I
gotta say, like, I get the zeal behind it of why they put it in the lawn, but I'll tell you this, Mike, despite everything we've just been talking about for the last 5 minutes, and I do apologize for cutting you off, I kind of want to take a poop on their lawn. Myself.
That's the thing. I was going to say that it's a terrible, because the person who's picking up the poop or not picking up the poop isn't not doing that because it's fine. And then now they see the sign. Oh, the sign says I have to pick it up. I'm now going to change my ways. I'm a new man. I'm born again. Hallelujah. Then the sign doesn't. If anything, you just wasted time and money getting that sign and putting it in New York.
At least $8. Yeah.
This one neighbor, and I salute this neighbor. What they did is they have security cameras outside their home.
Yeah, so do I. Yeah.
Sort of like. And what they will do is in the morning, they'll see there's some dog shit on their front yard. To the footage! And they will go to the footage and find the exact moment when this dog takes a shit on their front yard. They will take a screen capture. They will blow that shit up and then put it on the thing. And so I'll be walking past, and there's this giant picture of this guy and his dog, and it's like, don't be this dickhead. It doesn't say dickhead, but don't be this guy and pick up. It's like, oh, that's a great way to shame someone, because there's a sign saying pick up your poop. But if I didn't pick up my dog poop and then I walk past the next day and there's a big giant blown up picture of me, I'm definitely picking up my poop next time. It's great.
I had a neighbor that was deliberately bombing her dog on my lawn. I could never figure out why. It thankfully stopped in like May. I don't know what happened. I don't know what was special about the month. It finally stopped.
Whoa. This is a little lost in translation moment. Could you just repeat what you just said? Your opening bit.
I had a neighbor who'd purposely made her dog bomb on my lawn.
Oh, okay. Okay. I misheard that. What I said, and for those, if you are,
you thought it was the neighbor herself.
I thought no. What I heard you say, no. What I heard you say was, and apparently it was misheard, so I apologize. But what I heard you say was, I had this neighbor who would bum her dog on my front yard. To which
I probably said it that way too.
In my ears, in the English, that basically means she is performing anal sex on that dog. To which I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's not what he meant, but it made me giggle. Continue.
Cultures collide here on the original Waffle Box, folks, and that's why you tune in. Anyway, so that shit never happened, but that other shit stopped in May. So now I got this other weird set of neighbors. I'm 100% sure they're temporary, but like their dogs are now shitting on my lawn too. But they're just like, they are those folks that just open the door and let the dogs run out, and the dogs just shit wherever they shit, and then I get to hear them going, "Hey, dog!" Like they're outside my window here, they're outside the window there, they're under the bedroom here, and it's like, you'd be surprised how much you could avoid all of this by just putting the dogs on a goddamn leash and walking them half a block, even if it is just a shit on my lawn. Like, you wouldn't be in your PJs in winter screaming for your goddamn dog to come back, who hasn't been trained properly to do any of this.
That's what I was going to say. And not to be too snobby, I'm no Caesar Milan here, but if you train your dog properly, you don't need to do that shit. Because I'll tip my own hat that I'm not wearing to myself. Like, in the mornings, I just let my dog out loose on the front. And if she even dares step off of our front yard, all I have to do is, excuse me. And that my dog will just, sorry, and just turn around and escape. No.
Okay.
She knows, like, no, you don't step off this bit. This is ours. You can shit on this bit, and then I'll pick it up. But don't bother anyone else's front yard.
I have to say, I'm very impressed by the number of people who don't leash their dogs, but the dogs are very well behaved. I think they're in the minority of the dogs I've seen that are not behaved and not ready to be off their leash. But the ones that are, I'm just like, wow, that is a cool fucking dog, and good for you. Like, I have one neighbor, again, he actually has the dog off the leash, but the dog just follows him, and he makes sure he picks up after it. But he's also like, yeah, hey doc, we're just gonna go throw the ball now, and you're gonna follow me. There you go. And the dog does. It's good. It's good dog.
Dogs are amazing. Like just, this is a weird. This every time I've been doing this for quite a while now with my little Oreo. But it just amazes me every time. My dog's name's Oreo.
Okay.
I didn't name it. It was already named that when we rescued it, but rescued her.
Okay.
But now, so
or did she rescue you?
Oh, heartwarming. But whenever I take her out, she knows if she goes out, to pee or poop, she knows when we come back inside, she gets a treat. That's the arrangement we have. So don't poop in here, because you poop outside and you get treated with it. So when I bring her back in, she's like getting all excited, like, because she knows, I did a poop and I'm gonna get a treat now. Oh my god, she gets all excited. But the treats are in the kitchen, and so now because of word association, which is what dogs, obviously dogs don't speak English, it's all word association. All I have to say is that once I bring her back in, I just go to the kitchen, and she just runs off and waits for me in the kitchen. So, it's so.
She just hears the syllables in that tone.
And she knows, let's go to the treats area. It's
fascinating.
It's pretty damn cool. Dogs are fascinating. If you don't believe me, just watch any show starring Caesar Milan. Just blow your fucking mind. Anyway, Jesus Christ, we're 30 minutes in. We're only on 2 stories. Anyway.
We have fun. It's the New Year's show, baby.
It's a New Year's show. We're not on time limit. We're not paid by the hour. Not paid at all.
Oh, right. Anderson Cooper doesn't have to be on in 20 minutes.
Speaking of soiling, that's a really
Soylent Green.
Good segue. So back in episode 42 of the Waffle Box, a student, I think this is actually in England as well, if I'm correct, but a student says he has been left extremely distressed after he discovered a pair of used underwear and a dirty tissue inside his parcel when he was ordering some new shoes.
Oh, yeah. I remember this one. It was just like, what the fuck? How does that happen? How does that happen? Did we ever get any clarification on this, Mike Fish? Did we ever get a follow-up?
I don't do any follow-up stories.
Of course we didn't. Unless it's Kanye West.
So Ty Dirk, or Ty Kirk, which is a horrible name. Parents, you should be ashamed of yourself. Of Nottinghamshire, purchased a pair of new black boots from the online retail giant ASOS earlier this month, but says he was in for a nasty shock when his shoes arrived. According to the 19-year-old, the shoes, which he says had already been worn, were accompanied by some unexpected black boxes. Repulsed by this discovery, and this is the best part of the story, the law student, I don't know why it's in there. He donned some protective gloves to investigate further and quickly realized that the underwear had been worn. Which I think at the time, if you go back to episode 42 of Book Box, you can clarify this. There is only one of 3 ways you can realistically find out if a pair of underwear has been worn. Either one of them aren't great because there's obviously, I'm going to go with 2 because if it's like a little bit of wee dribble, by the time it makes its way into the box, goes to the other, that'll probably dried up. So there's 2 ways. There's either a little bit of brown streakage on one side or a little bit of silver streakage on the other. That's the only 2 I can think of. Either way, it's not how I want to discover some rogue underwear in my shoebox.
So the obvious answer, one of the obvious answers of how you would know someone's underwear has been already worn is, well, one, it's already on the floor. But have you ever picked up, I don't know if you fold your underwear, Mike Fish, you just stuff that fucking thing in the drawer with.
Ever since that, was it Mary Kondo? Fold the fuck out of my underwear.
Groovy. I'm glad to hear that. So even if you unfolded that underwear, that fresh pair that you laundered 2 weeks ago will feel significantly different than that pair of underwear that you wore definitely 16 hours ago. It's some, I don't know what it is. It's not an elastic thing, but it's like you left part of your essence in there, buddy. And it doesn't have to be some brown streaks or a little dribble. The underwear in your right hand here has been worn versus that pair that you just unfolded anyways.
Bless you, Kush. You're trying to find at least some kind of innocence. There was definitely shit or
was there shit in your fucking
in these underwear?
No. In the story, we got
you
that. 100%.
know it. You know it. But that's what you get for being a 19-year-old law student named Ty. No one's going to hire a lawyer called Ty Kirk. Get out of here.
I believe actually several law firms on the West Coast in Southern California, possibly around Santa Barbara, have some lawyers named Ty.
Should be working in Trader Joe's. What are you talking about? Anyway,
The Trader Joe ties are up in Portland.
I fucking love Trader Joe's. Oh,
Okay, nice.
a little on the expensive side for what you get, but it's good shit. Not a sponsor. Hashtag. On
But
to
could be.
episode. Oh, Joe,
Mm,
drop us a line. I'll promote
come
your
on. Come on, Admiral. Sponsor the Waffle Box. The original Waffle Box.
So in another recording, which we'll divulge a little bit more information in a little bit later, myself and Kush were discussing Filipino TV, and fun fact. So I have a extended family that are Filipino, and for fun fact, every single Filipino person I spoke to or speak to on a regular, but I still speak to them. They're still cool. But they refer to Trader Joe's as Trader's Joe for some reason. I don't know why that.
I hear.
The S is in the wrong word. The wrong, but it's Trader's Joe. You're going to Trader's Joe.
Go to Trader's Joe. We go to Trader's Joe. What do you expect?
Not Trader Joe's. Fun. It's a little fun, little quirky thing.
Okay. Dude, we should all get together, you, me, and your family. We should all go to a Morissette Amon concert. It could be out here, it could be in New Jersey. I don't care, but we should all go to a Morissette Amon concert.
My in-laws will probably eat that shit up.
Fuck yeah, they will. So will you and me, dude. We'll be like, yeah.
On to episode 56.
Wow, up to 56. Okay.
Amazon, as everyone knows, is always, the kind of company that cares. They don't want to do any controversial stuff. They don't want to do any weird shit to freak people out. Amazon Alexa, back in episode 56, can't remember exactly when it was, but just do the maths, it's probably about 20-ish weeks ago. So what's that, 5 months ago? So it's around about July, August-ish.
4 or 5 months.
Amazon's Alexa might soon be able to mimic the voice of family members, even if they are dead. The capability unveiled at Amazon's REMARS conference in Las Vegas is in development, or was in development. I don't know if it's been released now, because again, we're Waffle Box. We don't follow up on our stories. And would allow the virtual assistants to mimic the voice of a specific person based on less than a minute of provided recording. So, yeah. You could, I don't know why you would want this, because, I understand there are people that, loved ones passed away, and maybe they have a voice message or something like that on their phone. They don't want to delete it, and every now and again, when they're feeling a little bit sad, need a little bit of pick me up or something like that, they listen to it so they can hear their loved one's voice. I get that. Totally, I can get that. But why would you want AI configured fake granny speaking to complain about it's weird. I don't know why they thought this would be a good idea.
It's uncomfortable thinking about. Oy. Yeah, man. Fucking. So we did a dedication to a friend of mine a few weeks ago. The pain is still there. That's not important for this segment, but when I got the bad news, I don't know why I did it, Mike Fish, but I texted my friend one last time, just I hope you're out of pain, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. His brother still has my number. He knows how to get a hold of me. But if that dude decided to contact me back through my friend's phone number, I might freak the fuck out.
I was going to say.
Just for him to say, the service is going to be on Tuesday. Hope you can make it. It's at this address. I would oh, no. And that's not even AI. That's just a little profile in my phone. So, yeah, I hate all of this about Amazon's Alexa and the AI grandma.
I have a similar thing. So I'm normally one. I don't like clutter on my smartphone. Any notification, I need to clear that shit. I know people who have thousands of unread messages or unread email.
I don't know how they live. How do those people live?
I have to get rid of that. So any text message chains that are dead, I'm like, get rid of that shit. Like, I want to get on a nice clean. However, similar to you, I still have from like 2 years ago the thread from a good friend of mine who passed away during COVID. Still have that shit, but I would not even dare just hey buddy, hope you're doing well. Because yeah, if that pops up and he responds, I'll be like, fuck. Like, no, I don't want bring that kind of evil into my world.
Well, I think so. At this point, and this will be the same for me at least next month. Maybe the number's dead now. I don't know, but
That's a good point. It might be
if it would be someone else's phone number, so you might be like, "Hey, pal, missed you. Hope you're doing well." And somebody be like, "Who the fuck is this?"
New phone.
Or
Who this?
I miss you too. Like they might just
grab
be
a drink.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
do you know
Unfortunately,
what? There's
no
do you know
post-mortem retiring of the phone number. What's up, Mike?
Oh, do you know? There's a famous story where I think it was, what was it, a wrong number that led to a woman inviting a complete stranger to Thanksgiving, and then that
Yes,
guy been going to
I think we did that
Thanksgiving
story.
every year, every
Yeah,
year. That could be
I didn't
something
hear about them
similar,
this year.
maybe. Like maybe like 2 years after your friend dies, you text that number, and then they respond, "Oh no, this," and you go, "Oh my god, we should hang out," and that'd be like, "Oh, we became friends because of this loved one that passed away." That could be like the new one of them, maybe.
That could be a thing. Yeah, I don't know how comfortable I am with that. It's definitely not a bad idea. I just don't know how comfortable I am with that. Yeah, I don't know if I could do that. Is what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
We'll see. Episode 200. We'll reach
Episode
out to,
2. Ooh,
we'll reach
the
out.
phantom text message.
We'll
in
reach
episode
out to
200.
we'll reach out to dead loved ones via text and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good. All right.
Fish, we just
Before we
finished
move
our
on to the next
second
story,
drink here.
Kush is gonna blow into his breathalyzer. So the last time, about 20 minutes ago, he was at a point 0.11. Where are you at now? He is blowing into the breathalyzer for those listening to the audio version.
0.13.
Oh, you've only got up 0.02. You're not even trying, Kush. It's New Year's.
I'm sorry, I'll do better, sir. I'm sorry. So we didn't change the tip on that. They again, we didn't wait the 20 minutes, but
Just the tip.
here we go. Drink just the tip. And we have 3 more tips, but we're using the same tip. It's just me. We're not getting crazy here. Pouring drink number 3. What's next, Mike Fish?
Alcohol. Since we're talking about alcohol.
Whoa!
This one goes to episode 61 of the Waffle Box.
61.
Who would have thought that Miller High Life, the champagne of beers, would decide to partner up with Tipsy Scoop and create a anniversary ice cream flavor. Now, but those that haven't listened to this episode and you're thinking, beer flavored ice cream? I could get into that. Well, prepare to be very disappointed. So, this new novelty ice cream product that was for the 100th anniversary of well, it says here the ice cream bars. Apparently 100 years of ice cream bars. I don't know, whatever. Was to create a alcohol infused ice cream to create the flavor of a dive bar. Yes, you heard that correctly. So the product combines beer, peanut swirl, tobacco smoke flavor, caramel, and dark chocolate dip. The peanut swirl is obviously designed to peanut shells. What the peanut shells designed? The peanut swirl is designed to mimic the peanut shells frequently found on barroom floors. Like, is this like the fucking like such a stereotypical bar? But yeah, so if you would like a ice cream that's flavored to be like a dive bar floor. You can get 6 of these ice cream bars for the low price of $36.
Fuck
$6
you.
for an ice cream bar, which what is 5% alcohol, but still, the taste of it doesn't. Like, would you like them? So we've mixed peanuts, chocolate, and cigarettes into an ice cream bar.
So when you described all those aromas, there's one bar, at least in San Francisco, that comes to mind. I don't know if you have the same feeling for a bar in New Jersey and or in the UK, but like there's a bar out here called Specs. It matches. It's out in North Beach. It matches all of those things. The only ingredient from what you just read that's missing, quite frankly, is piss. And I'm kind of surprised they didn't add the aroma of piss. Because
you are surprised that they didn't add piss to this ice cream?
I'm kind of it's a dive bar. Specs is the dive bar. This is a dive bar. This is dive bar ice cream. We're talking about here.
That's extra.
I mean, we're gonna be real.
Piss flavored ice cream.
Well, there's piss. Piss is only part of the flavor.
That already exists because there is a woman. Remember the woman during 2022 who was selling jars of her farts?
Yeah. Oh, she got sick, by the way. She farted too hard and ended up in the hospital. Not a joke.
I know it's not a joke, but it still makes me laugh today.
Okay, good. As it should.
Because there's that song called Jar of Hearts. I can't remember exactly how it goes. But I keep selling my jar of hearts. Valentine's Day will never be the same again. Before we discuss the final throwback story to this year, I just have to give a quick shout out to the good people who use YouTube, who are above board. They're like level-headed people. They're not weird in any which way. The people who use YouTube are amazing people. The research I've done on this is, so I was looking back at what our most popular episode was in 2022 on YouTube. And so episode 35 is our most viewed to date episode released in 2022. And that is the episode that we spoke about, how people were getting upset about M&M's changing their mascot. The sexy M&M was becoming less sexy, and Tucker Carlson was all upset about that. So that was our most viewed episode on YouTube. And so I took a little deep dive into that. And I was like, okay, how are people finding this episode? Let me find out. So the 4 top search terms that people were actual human beings that are alive, we're going to youtube.com or open up the YouTube app and actually searching for these terms, and they found our podcast, and I'm going to assume by the search terms they probably didn't stick around for too long. So searches made to find this episode included sexy cartoon, sexy movie, which you're at the wrong site for searching sexy movie.
What was the sexy movie that week?
No, I guess because I guess we have like sexy cartoon and then movie review. I guess it kind of like YouTube like merged too. Cartoon sexy. So not just sexy cartoon. Someone maybe try to like fool the algorithm. I don't want to look weird and look like I'm looking for a sexy cartoon. What about cartoon sexy? And this one threw, like, I guess because of the name, I guess. But multiple people typed into their YouTube search bar sexy cartoon box. Now, just in case, I don't know if this is a lost in translation moment. Sexy cartoon box. So if someone is looking for a sexy box or is using the term box in the category of sexiness, a box is a vajayjay. That's what my brain goes to. A box. A box, as good people at Boston would say. So someone has gone to YouTube, more than one person as well, and is looking for sexy cartoon vaginas. And they came across this. So I apologize, I guess, to them because I'm pretty sure this wasn't what they were looking for. But still, thanks for checking out a couple of seconds of our podcast. Shout out to you, crazy. Like, hey, when it comes to that sexiness and sexual stuff and kinks and yada yada yada, I'm not going to judge anyone. Everyone's got their things, whatever.
I might
However, just educate yourself, man. Like, if you are into cartoon pornography, why are you on YouTube? What did you think you was going to find?
The cartoons. He's going to find multiple sexy clips of the green M&M with those fucking go-go boots.
I will say, full disclosure, I have not looked for porn on YouTube ever.
Smart. Yeah.
So hey, maybe I'm the wrong. Maybe there is secret porn on YouTube. I don't know, but I'm assuming there's not.
I think the algorithm is pretty strong about that.
Yeah, so it's like some of the stuff we've been caught for, just like some of the language you use. I'm pretty sure if there was some. No, not you. We've used.
Oh, okay.
But
I use a lot of language.
I'm pretty sure there's no cartoon porn. But you know, hey, live your dream. Peter Griffin's wife, what was her name in Family Guy?
Lois.
If I had to have sex with a cartoon character, it'd probably be her.
Really?
How about yourself?
I don't like cartoons. You know what?
No,
Foxy Love
the
from
exercise.
Drawn Together.
I don't like
Foxy
cartoons
Love
either.
from Drawn Together.
Don't try to throw me under the bus. It was just a little bit we were
Foxy
doing.
Love
now
from
you've
Drawn
made
Together.
me look like a fucking weirdo.
I've said it 3 times now. You are a weirdo, but I've said it 3 times now. Foxy Love from Drawn Together.
How dare you call me a weirdo as I stand here with a picture of Queen Elizabeth on the wall and a tuxedo t-shirt? What's weird about that?
Rest in peace, Lizzie.
R.I.P. Anyway, final story before we hit the break. Jesus Christ, it's a good one. By the way, I hope if you're still hanging in with us at this point, I hope you're drinking. And shout out to you if you are. If you're not, actually, even bigger shout out. New Zealand. We're going to New Zealand, the land most famous for people going. Are you from Australia? No, I'm from New Zealand. Oh, okay.
I bet that would be a problem.
I honestly, I have no idea. Like, if you actually listen to a New Zealand accent and then you listen to an English accent, the one I'm speaking with, I don't know how we all commonly people think we're Australian. I don't get it. But whatever. Maybe it's my trained ear. But yeah, New Zealand police were investigating.
It's your rough alpha demeanor, Mike Fish. You just projecting that toxic masculinity. It's like, I'm a man. Fuck you. Good day.
Maybe pet kangaroo. Shrimp and the Barbie. So New Zealand police this year were investigating after a family found human remains in a suitcase they purchased from an auction at a storage facility.
Wow. Oh shit.
So this was like storage wars where you have the obnoxious people bidding on storage locker where people have not paid their bills.
Yep.
Money. And then they get their luggage home, go, ooh, look at that, we've got so much. There we go, throwing money in the air. Oh, we got some new luggage, we got it cheap. Can't bet there's no catch whatsoever. And they open, what's that smell? And then they open the luggage,
What
and
is
there's a
that
dead
smell?
body inside. Oh, damn.
Damn.
But luckily for them, police authorities have launched a homicide investigation and trying to identify the remains. Family believed not to be involved in the incident. There we go. That's a happy ending.
I guess. I always wondered how much they paid for that luggage. Obviously, they're not getting a refund for it, but just like, maybe we should have just spent the $148 and gotten real luggage instead of this
That would
secondhand
have
rate.
been
Now it's got a cast because you can't use it. Now it's part of a crime scene.
or maybe they tried to get a refund first, but they took the luggage back. So, excuse me, can I get a refund, please? Why? What's wrong with the luggage? Hello? There's a rotting corpse in there. And they're like, well, no backsies. And then they're like, well, fuck it, call the police.
You signed an agreement that said you would not refund. Yeah. Oof.
I think it reminds me of a story. I think I might have actually told it back episode 64. I can't remember. But I remember someone I used to work with back in jolly old England purchased a secondhand laptop. And now that I'm mentioning it, I'm pretty sure I did actually talk about this on episode 64. But they purchased a secondhand laptop. Oh, this is cheap because it's secondhand and it's old. And they got it home full of child porn.
Oh,
Absolutely full of it. And suffice to say, they did the right thing and handed that laptop into the police and was like, yeah, I'm not going to keep this shit.
That's the day you just lost faith in life.
Like how I can't help. I'm the kind of guy who always tries to make a joke about everything, but that is like, imagine that person short on money, hands in their laptop to just try to get a bit of, so they can pay their rent, and then getting home and like, fuck, I forgot to delete the porn. So hopefully, they're rotting under a prison right now. But there you go.
Probably not.
That's a good way to end the first half of the episode on a high note. Child pornography. Anyway, so before we're
definitely getting flagged on this one.
Into the break, we're gonna come back with the middle of the show, Dumb World Record Quiz. We're gonna test Kush's knowledge on some of the Dumb World Records that we highlighted this week. We've also got Avatar 2 to talk about, which apparently is a big thing. People are big fans of it, and so much more. But before we enter the break, Kush,
A2,
if you could do the honors of grabbing your breathalyzer and blowing into it.
We're still in the middle of our third drink. We haven't finished it at all, but yeah, I'll be happy to. 6, 5. This thing costs $20.
Here we go. So he's at a 0.11, then a 0.13. Write your answer on a postcard if you're playing along.
0.09. Yeah.
What?
0.09.
So you're getting. So now you've drunk more. You're getting closer to the legal. You can drive again. Brilliant.
No, I definitely can't drive again.
You said 0. Wait, did you say 0.9 or 0.09?
Under 0.8.
Oh no, but you're getting closer though.
Closer, but I can't drive.
No, I mean, another drink. You might be all right.
When we took that first drink, we could have driven. It would have been dumb to have driven, but we could have. But as of right now, even with the 0.09, I wouldn't trust myself behind a wheel right now. No.
Well, you need to have more confidence in yourself.
Oh, thanks.
Anyway, still to come. I know we normally end at half on the Dumb World Record, but good lord, we're almost already an hour into it. So we are going to merge the middle of the show quiz and Dumb World Record segment into one, where we are, like I say, testing Kush on his knowledge of the 2022 Dumb World Records. Avatar 2 is the movie review, feel good story, trapdoor, still to come on the other side. But until then, check out this ad that no one ever watches or whatever. Speak to you soon.
Things sweetened with 100% NutraSweet display the 100% NutraSweet symbol.
Sure you know what you're looking for?
A little red swirl next to the words NutraSweet brand sweetener.
Sold on TV.
Not hard to spot at all.
You're gonna freeze your face.
The 100% symbol means great taste without any sugar added and no saccharin.
Found it.
100% NutraSweet.
About time.
Why some things taste better than others.
It's now time for the middle of the show quiz.
Hey, welcome back to Waffle episode 78, the 2022 review. There we go. Oh, and this week we have merged the middle of the show quiz with the Dumb World record of the week. Still to come, of course, we've got Avatar 2 in the movie review, feel good story, trapdoor, and all that good nonsense. But so, middle of show quiz, as always, I'm going to test Kush's knowledge. 5 questions only. Obviously, the name of the game is to get at least 3 out of those 5, which is majority. So he wins that one. If he gets the question right, he hears this noise, and that makes him happy. If he gets the question wrong, he hears this noise, which makes him sad. So yes, 5 questions on Dumb World records that we have featured on this show in 2022. Are you ready, Mr. Hayes?
I'm ready, Max Headroom.
Question number 1. So David Rush, who is the most legendary of all world record breakers,
Maybe has been mentioned more than Kanye West on this show.
He's probably the only person who has. He broke the record for catching 35 of what on his shaving foam covered head? We call it 35 things.
Oh, I don't get a multiple choice on this one.
No, you should. Come on. Like I've literally given you the answer during this year. Come on.
Oh my goodness! You gave me the answer during the year. Thank you.
Yeah.
He caught 35 hats on his head.
Tennis balls, of course. Tennis
balls. He caught 35 tennis balls on his head?
Yes. Good for him.
Okay.
Question number 2. Hui Gyang rotated 148 times in 1 minute, hanging from what to break this world record? So he's hanging from the ceiling, holding onto something, rotating 148 times in 1 minute.
A handle? He was hanging from a handle?
You know, use your imagination. It's a power drill. Come on, it's a power drill.
Power drill. Power drill. Yeah, no.
Question number 3.
Power drill.
Right, you need to pay attention now. Pay attention now. You need these 3 questions. How did Gerard Jesse extinguish 5 candles to break a world record this year?
With a sneeze?
Oh, you're in the right direction. I'll give you another chance.
With a fart.
Hey, he farted. 5 candles out.
I'm surprised that it didn't set it on fire. That's amazing.
Question number 4.
All right, number 4. 2-1 right now.
In Plymouth, England, 388 people wore what costume at the same time to break this world record?
Where is it again?
Plymouth, England. So it's a coastal area.
Oh my.
I'll give you that much. Coastal area in England, and they all wore the same costume. What would it be?
Daredevil? I mean, wait, Deadpool. Deadpool.
A mermaid.
Oh.
Mermaid costume.
Mermaid.
Coastal. I
Oh.
gave you the clue. Coast by the water.
I wish it was a luchador mask.
Deadpool.
I would have got that.
What? How did you get
You're a
Deadpool
Deadpool
from that
fan.
clue?
That's your. Well. Okay.
Anyway.
Shut up.
Right. Question number 5.
We've already lost. It's fine.
Chefs Nick DiGiovanni and Lynn Davis created the world's largest what in June?
Cookie?
You lose.
No, it's actually just chicken nugget. The world's largest chicken nugget. Well, it's nice to know, Kush, that we're finding out, how much you listen to me. I think we need to speak to someone.
I listen to you all the time. I just don't have to retain the information from 61 episodes ago.
Well, now
Like-
the last episode of 2023, I reckon you'll be taking notes. You'll be like, oh, well, I'm on this shit. I mean, every fucking world record, I'm making notes of this.
Would you let me look at my notes next year when we do this?
No. It's
Well,
against
then fuck you.
against. I
just finished my 3rd drink.
Oh, we're gonna before the trapdoor segment for this week. We're gonna
Before the trapdoor
update.
segment. We're getting an
We're gonna
update.
blow
here.
into his breathalyzer. So we went from a 0.11 to a 0.13, somehow to a 0.09. So the story so far is the more you drink, the safer it is to drive, kids. Where are we going to go with the 4th update?
0.11.
We're back to 0.11. Okay. So we're learning so far around two and a half drinks. You're good. But how much left you got in your rum there? Your pint of rum or whatever.
This is what's left in our container,
It's really
and we
finished.
just poured ourselves another glass.
So yeah.
By the way, we might just pour more after this. That's not unheard of. On
Well,
the
I
Waffle Box behind the scenes. You just learned a behind the scenes secret, kids. Sometimes
Don't
we do
tell
more
anyone.
than a pint.
Don't tell your parents.
It's New Year's. Don't tell them.
Do you remember? We were going off. Do you remember what was her name? Is it Demi Lovato?
Okay.
Demi
know that
Lovato.
name.
This isn't 2022 though. So this is like maybe 3 years ago, 2019, 2018, 2019. But she did this song called "Cool for the Summer." And I remember, so basically what it was just like, hey, it's a pop song. Hey, look at us. We like
Word.
each other and we're going to be doing things and yada, yada. It's that kind of pop song.
Things are nice.
But then I remember at some point during the song, and anyone who's heard Cool for the Summer by Demi Lovato, I believe it was Demi. If I'm wrong, I do apologize. But I believe it was Demi Lovato. At some point, there's like the breakdown in the song where it gets a bit quiet. And then all of a sudden, you just hear Demi Lovato's like, shh, don't tell your mother. And it just becomes really creepy. Like, what? Why can't I tell my mum? What the fuck have you got in store for me?
Huh.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's like, ugh.
That's a real thing?
Yeah, it's a real thing. It's a really good song. It's a really funky song. But that bit always still to this day is like, why? What? Why are you specific? I mean, don't get me wrong. If I'm entertaining someone in that way, I'm probably not going to divulge said information to my mother. But the fact that you're telling me in a whispery way not to do it is that this is creepy. Anyway,
it's pretty amazing how like you look back at the songs you grew up with and how many of them are just based
I was already old.
towards how many of the songs you grew up with are based towards just being a kid. You know, like we were at school, we hung out at my house, we started knocking boots, and it was real cool. And you're just like, wait, this is a song about 14-year-olds fucking. Oh my god, no, I'm in my 40s now. This is not okay.
Well, there's that famous one who I can't remember the band now, but there is that one song where it's like, "Young girl, get out of my mind. My love for you is way out of line."
There's a lot of weird statutory rape rock in the early 70s.
You're much
where it's
too
like,
young, girls. Okay, what that might be talking about is, hey, I'm 40, you're 25. That age difference is too big. However, your mind does go to, R. Kelly, relax a little bit. Stop pissing on kids, you fucking weirdo.
Stop pissing. Well, he's not pissing on anybody anymore. Or at least not kids.
He's probably getting pissed on.
People are probably pissing on him, actually.
Yeah.
Oh. Jinx, you owed me a Coke.
Cheers. Anyway, let's move on. Speaking of, actually, no, some of these. Actually, these are kind of weird people. Speaking of people that we've probably mentioned somewhat a couple of times on this show in 2022. I'm pretty sure we've mentioned at least 3 of these, if not all of them, but whatever. I had to respect the exercise. We're now on the trapdoor and we go by letter. This week we're at K, where I give Kush Hayes 4 people. He gets to delete one from existence in this week's trapdoor segment. So the 4 names.
Like shit. And everything falls over.
There it goes. So
this
the
is
4...
live, kids. This is live.
This is New Year's. Kids have been drinking. We're getting loose. So this week's letter is the letter K. So 4 people who some people may say that these are less than nice people. I'm not talking about evil people. I'm not going to try to disparage them that way, but you'll get it. So the 4 people whose names begin with the letter K are Kanye West, Kyrie Irving, Kane, and Kid Rock.
Jeez.
So those are your 4.
Lots of degenerates in the K's. What is crazy to think is Kane, the pro wrestler, might actually be the most wholesome of all these people.
Have you been keeping up with what he's been tweeting this year?
No. I'm not on. I'm honestly not following many tweets these days. But
let's just
I can
say
tell you,
he's a little conservative these days. Let's just put it.
Is he a conservative guy living in middle class?
He's the mayor of Knox County, Tennessee.
Okay, Tennessee. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised, but shit, still, like, yeah, man, this is a controversial list because, well, Kanye West, we've covered maybe more than the guy who's broken all the records.
I think we might mention his name a couple of times.
More than a couple times, yes, sir. Kyrie Irving, dude, I loved fucking Uncle Drew, but this guy is all about like flat Earth and anti-vaxxing, or there's supposed to be a third controversial thing I may or may not be remembering here.
He shared some anti-Semitic material on his social
media.
Did
he allegedly, unbeknownst to him, he produced an anti-Semitic movie. Is that what happened?
Was it like Hebrews to Negroes or something like that? I think the title of the film was, or
I
book.
didn't catch the title, but oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I
oh
remember
boy.
when recently he served his suspension from the NBA and he
Okay.
went back on the road with the Brooklyn Nets. And there was one point where he was doing some free throws, and just as he was about to shoot the free throws on the big screen, they posted a video of a spinning Earth, as if to say
Oh.
the Earth is not flat. And then straight after the spinning Earth, they threw up a giant Happy Hanukkah message. It was like, this is like, I don't disagree with it, but it's that was definitely whoever was in charge of that graphics department was definitely fucking with Gary. It was fantastic. I'm wholesome. I'm all for wholesome shithousery, as we like to call it in England.
Okay. Check it. Yeah. That's still crazy. And then what Kid Rock? Jesus Christ. Like, I think Kid Rock's probably the least offensive guy on this list. Maybe even less offensive than Kane, based on what you're telling me right now. And Kid Rock, as you know, he's that badass who was pushing boundaries in the fucking late '90s, and anytime his name gets brought up, it's usually on some soundbite from Fox News. Honestly, why the fuck are you listening to Kid Rock about anything? He's a musician.
To play devil's advocate, I will say that even he has some self-awareness, because I remember in an interview he was talking about in one of the many times he visited the White House with his good friend Donnie. One point there was, I can't remember, was it you? What, it was some kind of international situation, and President Trump asked Kid Rock his opinion on what he should do.
Oh boy.
And Kid Rock was like, I don't think I'm qualified for this.
Smart. Yeah, that's the smart thing. So he's at least got that going for him. Whereas you could, geez, I mean, until we hear it didn't happen, like, yeah, you'd probably think Kanye West would be like, no, this is what you should do. Bomb everybody. Allegedly. Kanye West never said that.
No. Our lawyers have told us to say.
Our lawyers didn't tell us to say shit. I'm just trained.
So who's going?
Man,
Kanye
my
West,
fish.
Kyrie Irving, Kane, or Kid Rock?
I really like Uncle Drew. I think we're getting rid of Kanye West. I love his music. Maybe he's that dude who should have also expired at 26. That's a super morbid thing to say. Yeah, Janis
you mean
Joplin.
27?
Yeah, more. Is it 27?
27 Club?
Is it the 20? Maybe Kanye West should have been in the 27 Club. Like, who knows what
Jimi
we would think of.
Hendrix, Kurt Cobain, all that?
Yes, and yes. So, goodbye, Kanye.
Peace out. By the way, before we move on to this next segment, I don't know why I haven't mentioned it in the hour and 20 minutes that we've been recording. I didn't realize you got like a kind of like a little like ponytail thing going there with your beard. What inspired that?
Oh yeah, man. Well, it's a formal occasion, so I'm not trying to be all over the place here. Plus, I'm wearing a bow tie. I only do that like twice a year.
You didn't want to braid that? That'd be pretty good.
You know what? I don't know if this is thick enough to braid, but I would not be opposed to exploring that option.
Try it. Don't shave it till 2023, end of 2023, and then in the New Year's episode, you can come out with a braid. It'll be amazing. You look like Chris Jericho from circa 2006. Oh, anyway, that's a niche reference. Anyway,
I don't know what that looks like, but I don't hate that idea.
We now move on. It's the end of 2022, and even though this movie is only just come out, I'm sure it's probably going to be one of the biggest, if not the biggest movie of the year. It's now time for Kush's movie Review.
Kush's movie review.
So these aren't Smurfs, apparently. They're avatars. But they are blue. And they're back. It was the biggest movie of all time at some point. Just here's my suspicion: it was just the novelty of being 3D. But Kush is about to either prove me right or prove me wrong, because he's about to review Avatar 2. What did you think about the movie, Kush?
So we're talking about Avatar 2, The Way of Water. It's been out now over a week, probably even 2 weeks now at this point. It is already made back. It's broken even now at this point as we're recording this. It's going on to make more money. Will it be the biggest movie of 2022? I really don't know. Will it go on to be in the top 5 of biggest movies ever? I also don't know. It's currently at $800,000. That's global.
$800,000.
Over $800,000.
That's
over
terrible.
$800 million.
Okay, there we go. Okay, that's better.
Thank you, folks. We've been testing breathalyzers tonight, so go fuck yourselves.
There's been alcohol.
Yes. Anyway, so over $800 million. It's probably gonna break $1 billion. Will it go to $1 billion? Most likely not. Will it get into the top 5? Who knows? Again, the original Avatar was the biggest movie of all time. Then it dropped to Avengers Endgame, and then it re-succeeded because they released it in China for the very first time, and it made like an extra 150 million just on a whim. Shit is crazy. But we're now talking about Avatar: The Way of Water, Avatar 2. This movie was due out in 2015, and then before the pre-pandemic, something just went like, no, we're just going to delay it, and we're going to delay it, and we're going to delay it, and James Cameron wanted to make this the best looking movie he could have possibly made. And it's a great looking movie. It is a great looking movie. I saw it in 3D. I don't think you should see any of these Avatar movies in 2D. But you know what, man? It's 3 hours and 12 minutes. And while the majority of my criticisms on the original Waffle Box, except no substitutions, it's the best part of Wednesdays. I didn't feel any I didn't feel any of it. Like the 3 hours and 12 minutes did go by. There's a slow point or two, but it did not affect my viewing experience. This is still James Cameron. He still knows how to tell a story, even if it's basic. He does know how to direct action, and it's all fantastic in this, dude. Like the action in this movie does not disappoint. He also knows how to create visuals, and he's been working on that for the last 25, 30 years. And the visuals in this movie, they look fucking fantastic. They're amazing. Again, in 3D, in the right theater, with the right. You shouldn't have to have all these variables to enjoy a movie, but if you get the perfect this, and this is a great movie to watch. Cannot deny it. I really don't have any reason to want to see it again, but I enjoyed myself. This movie does star Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, Sigourney Weaver from the first movie, who plays now a 14-year-old Navi. It's a weird storyline. I don't know what to make of it. They're definitely trying to make it a thing for Avatar 3. There will definitely be an Avatar 3, and while there would like to be a 4 and a 5, we will see. And then also Stephen Lang, who was the big bad guy from part 1. He's back. But he died in the first one. Spoiler alert. He's back.
Zombies.
He's now an avatar himself, and that's part of the whole thing. This is a very polished movie visually, Mike Fish. It looks fantastic. I can't front, dude. I don't want to hate on it. I don't want to hate on the story. I don't want to hate on anything here. This is a very good looking movie. The 3D is very good looking. There's been plenty of movies where we're like, oh man, that 3D is bullshit.
Hate flow through you.
I think you're gonna be happy with my review here. Um, this is a great looking movie, but guess what, dude? The screensaver on your 4K TV or your Apple TV device or your Roku device or whatever also looks fantastic if you get super stoned and just stare at it for 3 hours. And like there's not
Specs.
a it's all visuals. The story isn't great, but again, there's a lot of fantastic action in here. There is a lot of world building. And if you fucking love Avatar, you're gonna be like you're all into what new stuff you learn about the world of Pandora. Um I didn't hate any of it, dude. Like, yeah, I don't want to hate on any of it. I think there's some weird casting choices, but I enjoyed all 3 hours and 12 minutes of it. Having said that, though, I'm giving this a low 4, but a high 3, and we're leaning on the higher 3 than the lower 4. Like, if you like visuals, if you like going to the movies, if you like the theatrical experience, you should check this out before you can't. Will this have the longevity that the last one did? I've told stories on the Microdose podcast where me and a girlfriend tried to go see this in February, the original Avatar. It originally came out in December. We tried to go see it Valentine's weekend, and screenings at the Sony Metron in San Francisco were still sold out. It was hard to get a ticket to the original Avatar. So, will this have the same longevity?
No,
Who knows? Will it make as much
I
money?
know.
Who
It
fucking
won't.
knows?
It might
But
make
you
enough
will get a
money,
third
but
one.
it's not going to have the same longevity. Here's why. And
Break it down, Mike Fish.
because as I remember, the first Avatar, and I remember being one of those people who wanted to desperately see the first Avatar as soon as I could, because at that time it was the novelty of, because that was the first. I mean, I don't think it wasn't the first 3D movie, but it was the first like, no, this is 3D. If you want to
This
watch,
is the best
this is
3D you're
this
gonna
is the,
see.
like, you need to see this shit. And so it's kind of the novelty, and I
dig it.
think without that novelty, was Avatar, like the story and all that, was it any good?
The story in
Oh,
Avatar 1
it
is
was
also
okay.
fine.
I'm not saying it
Yeah,
was
it's
bad,
fine.
but it wasn't like, oh my god, you have to see this. So, like, for me, at least from my personal experience, like, I was definitely open to seeing Avatar 2, but when I looked up and we was booking tickets to go to the local movie theater, and we saw Avatar 2, and we saw 3 hours 30 minutes runtime, we were like, let's go see something else. Like, it just didn't
I
have
don't
that
blame you
like
for that.
appeal. Like, it doesn't have that same appeal as the original did to me. So I wouldn't be shocked if this doesn't. Like, I think when you like inflation and like bullshit and ticket prices going up, I wouldn't be shocked if this does more. Overall, eventually does more money. It would, but I don't see this as. I don't think the world are overall the world's craving an Avatar 2 compared to an Avatar. And I think if they do an Avatar 3, it's just gonna go bloop, bloop. Because at the end, the story is not. It's not that like, oh my god, this story's so good, I need to see a third one. Like, it's a good story. I'm not saying, again, I don't want to shit on it, but it's not as like, wow, Avatar. You know
I
what I'm
honestly
saying?
don't think this has better special effects than your average Xbox One video game cutscene as opposed to a PS5. Like, this whole thing is about 60 frame rates or 48 frame rates per second. That's all this is about. We tried to make this the prettiest movie we could, and it took an extra 7 years to do it from when we thought we were going to get it done. And you know what? Had they released this movie in 2015, I think it would have been the same story. I think it would have been the same action. I think it would have been just a lesser grade of visual effects, but it was still, the point was still gotten across, and people still had a great time, and it probably would make more money, honestly, if we're talking honestly. I don't know why we had to wait an extra 7 years to make this the movie we go to. Like, Marvel Comics, Marvel Studios has made 30 movies over the last 10, 12, 13 years now, and the special effects have just been getting better as they go along. You know what? We could have Avatar 4 right now and have these special effects, and we would be talking about, like, this is the best James Cameron has ever done. James Cameron has changed in the industry, blah 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 blah, blah, blah. Like, I think James Cameron shot himself in the foot by waiting so goddamn long. So this is still a blockbuster. It's not a bad movie by any means. You should check it out as a theatrical experience. Yeah, it's 3 hours and 12 minutes, but you know what? There are other movies that you've tolerated at that same length. So maybe you don't drink a pony keg of soda before you go in. Um, yeah, Avatar. I'm giving it a strong 3, dude. It's
Yeah, I think I concur with what I think. Obviously, even though I've put my point across of like why I think Avatar 1 was so successful wasn't necessarily because it was such a great movie. It was just groundbreaking at the time. And so, for better or for worse, you're gonna have that attachment to the brand. So, yeah, when you say, "Oh, Avatar 2 is coming 2015," and then you have to wait 7 extra years to get it, naturally, people are going to be like, "Oh shit! Well, this was going to be amazing in 2015. Imagine what it's going to be now, like in 2022." So I think you're setting yourself up for, even if your movie is a 4 out of 5, because people have been expecting a 5 out of 5 and now a 6. It's oh, what else? Oh, it's okay.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it's spectacular, dude, on its own level, dude. But at the same time, there are video games producing this same fucking thing.
And ultimately, what you're seeing, you seeing some like ponytail fucking. Other than that,
no ponytail fucking in this.
That was
However,
the best part of the
Sigourney
first one.
Weaver plays a 14-year-old girl, which is also creepy.
Why? Why did she do that?
She's gonna be the one. They didn't bring it up in this one,
Neo.
but she's gonna be the Avatar one.
She's gonna save the avatars from the Matrix.
She also has an immaculate conception.
Oh, for God's sake!
It's Sigourney Weaver's. The woman that Sigourney Weaver played in the first one, she's dead. We saw her die, but her spirit was transferred into Pandora, and she had her avatar body had an immaculate conception. That's what they're going with right now, and we'll have to see what happens in Avatar 3, which I believe is due in like 2 years.
So imagine,
so
imagine, Mary is a zombie. See, and but now there's more. There's more. Oh yeah. So she's also a Smurf. Oh, give me the money.
Give her the money.
Throw me the money. Smurf Mary zombie.
Fucking what the fuck? That's so what?
Oh, but she's also Neo from the Matrix.
She didn't do any kung fu, but that doesn't mean she won't.
I haven't seen Avatar 2 yet, but just based on what I've heard today, I really don't want to see Avatar 3.
If you like really pretty movies, if you like a theatrical experience, shut up, Mike. If you like
go to a thrift store and get a magic eye painting. That looks cool.
I would say it's okay to spend the $20 on this one time.
Well, it's not $20,
and see it in the best
it's not
quality you can.
It's not $20.
Well, most folks listening to this podcast have some sort of theatrical subscription, AMC A-List, Regal Unlimited.
Yeah, what are you going to
Amazon.
drink? What are you going to drink? Or what are you going to snack on while you're there? Huh?
I always bring my own rum to the movies, and I've built up so many points because I explained to you how the Regal Unlimited experience works. So yeah, I just get free popcorn when I want it.
Make it rain popcorn.
Could, but then those kids have to pick it up, and that's kind of a dick move.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't be a dick. Pick
Don't
up
do
after
that.
yourself at the movie theaters. So let's go. Even though I don't
A2.
believe in a half rating out of 5, I guess best
No,
bet.
three
What,
out of 5.
3.5, 3 out of 5, 3 to 5 Avatar 2.
3 out of 5. Yeah, I'm not afraid of that. And fish. I just finished my other drink like 5 minutes ago. We're gonna.
Right, so before we hit the feel good story of the week, we're gonna get another update on Kush's alcohol level.
This is our second to last of the night.
So okay, the update. So we went from a 0.11 to a 0.13, down to a 0.09, up again to a 0.11. So we're on a roller coaster right now.
Oh my goodness. 0.08.
Oh, get in a car. Let's go for a drive, baby.
So if I got pulled over with a
You
0.08,
good?
they would have to like do the whole like touch your nose. Okay, now say the alphabet backwards. They would have to like do all these other extra tests, but we could technically drive right now. It still would not be recommended. I would definitely not recommend it at all.
I mean, I'll wait for the final test, but I'm kind of leaning towards that this test that you have purchased might not be the. Like, if you don't trust these test kids, just don't.
Again, it costs $20. I bought it off the cheapest sweatshop in China. It has 3 extra tabs that I haven't used. So yeah, this is not a perfect test by any means. But
well, maybe for the final test before we wrap up tonight, maybe you should fresh tab it to see if that makes it.
For the final, yes.
For the final one,
for the last one, well, yes.
Yeah, let's get.
Let's change that shit right now.
Imagine if that goes up from like a 0.08 to like a 0.7 or something like that. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah,
hilarious.
Yeah, I like where your head's at, Mike Fish. Where did I put that fucking thing?
Well, there you go, kids. Right, let's wrap this week up. Let's wrap this year up because we're goddamn sick of it, if you ask me. But let's end on a high note with this week's. Oh, actually, no. Before we do the feel good story, let's do some plugs actually. So if you enjoy listening to this, heads up, in 2023 we are planning on relaunching our subscription service. If you want to, help out the show, keep the lights on, keep these ring lights on. That if you're watching this, so many ring lights. You can go to extrawaffle.com and you can subscribe. We're going to get some really cool bonus content coming out. We're going to do some movie watch-alongs. We're actually, I think we plan on also doing like a Royal Rumble thing, which is going to be super fun because me and Kush, if you know the history, me and Kush met through professional wrestling. However, Kush is kind of like not week to week with his professional wrestling knowledge anymore. So we're
yet still in a professional wrestling Hall of Fame.
He is indeed. So we're planning on kind of doing like the odd couple where like I watch wrestling week to week, he doesn't. So let's watch the same show and kind of see where what our thoughts are on that. And there's other shows that we're going to be doing. I got extrawaffle.com to become a member. Also, if you want to sporadically, I've been playing the Oregon Trail. Everyone remember that game? It's back.
Did you get the Oregon Trail out in the UK? This is amazing.
Yeah, so they've relaunched like this. It's a more updated version that's come out, and I've been playing that. So if you want to hang out with me and watch me play that, go to twitch.tv/WaffleboxPlays, where I'll be playing some video games on that channel. And then check out cbbpod.com for my other podcast where we talk about the New York Football Giants and West Ham United. I think that's pretty much. Oh, if you want to buy some Buy some swag. Got some cool swag. Got some cool
It'd be much
swag.
appreciated, kids.
Go to wafflemerch.com.
Ooh, that's a
You can
sexy
buy
mug.
some nice mugs, some t-shirts, got some socks, waffle socks.
You got a beanie.
Got a beanie. So much. It's great. I've just revamped the store, so actually some decent designs and products. So check that out, wafflemerch.com. Shop till you drop. And then Kush Hayes over there, he's got another podcast coming out this Friday. Why don't you tell the good folks of the Syrup Squad about that podcast that's coming out Friday?
Folks know I do things outside of here. We call it the microdose. And this Friday, episode number 146, Mr. Mike Fish from the Waffle Box podcast. He's going to join me. And you know what, folks? It ain't rocket science. We're just bullshitting, having a good time, talking about things that we experienced in 2022 and maybe what we're looking forward to in 2023. 2023 still sounds weird off the tongue, and we get a little bit into that as well. So, guys, I've Mike Fish again. I've enjoyed every episode we've done this year. The last 78 episodes we've done now.
This is 78. So 77. Yeah. This is episode 77. 78.
78. Yeah, man. This has been a good time, dude. I appreciate you bringing me onto this. I love being a part of this. It's not just the best part of Wednesdays, it's the best part of my Wednesdays, man. And I look forward to every recording we do. I try to make this as best as we can, but you make this the best we can.
Fucking dry. So yeah, check that out. Go to bosnet.family to check out all of those episodes of the Microdose and other podcasts. You can go back and look at the backlog of other like Sweet Science Theater, and there's so many podcasts. Check that out. Go to bosnet.
Sweet Science Cinema, the Kick-Ass Movie Podcast.
What did I say?
Kush and Theater.
Maybe that could be like a,
Sweet Science Theater could be a whole series itself.
Yeah, like you and someone else reviewing like Les Miserables.
Maybe
that. Like that'd be good.
You're a fancy lad. Maybe we could do it together.
Ooh, that's a good. And Miss Saigon, that's a good one. That's a good.
I'll check out Miss Saigon.
There's no good political. So check that out. So basically follow me at only Mike Fish. Follow him at Kush_Hayes. Go to enjoywafflebox.com and bosnet.family. You're gonna get so much audio goodness over this trying time as we switch over from 2022 to 2023, which doesn't sound right. But let's end the note on a high note, as we always do each and every week on Wafflebox. It's this week's feel-good story of the week.
That's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again?
Let's go. So this week's feel-good story of the week follows cardiologist Dr. Steve Loam. So 12 years that he's been a cardiologist, he says he has never had to give anyone CPR outside of his shift. So this fella, last month back in November, when Loam was running the Monterey Bay Half Marathon in California, so around the 3rd mile, Gregory Gonzalez, a judge from Washington, fell down in front of Loam, hitting his head on the pavement. Loam immediately began to give him CPR, and after several minutes, he was transferred to an ambulance. Life saved. Fantastic. So Steve Loam's like, boom, done that, saved someone's life. Let's continue this half marathon, baby. So Loam jumped back into the race. He's continuing on. But not long after he finished the half marathon, he finished the he crossed the finish line. And guess what? A Mr. Michael Hyman fell to the ground, hit his head. and Loam had to rush and give him CPR as well, and later learned that both men had blockages that led to cardiac arrests.
Wow.
And
Some
they
quantum leap
received
bullshit.
yeah, right. And they received stents in their coronary arteries.
Fuck.
So now Dr. Steve Loam, Gregory Gonzalez, and Michael Hyman plan to race the half marathon together next year in 2023, and said there's not a day that goes by that we don't have tears of joy. Absolute joy. I am here with a second chance at life. So shout out to Dr. Steve Loam, who not only completed a half marathon, to be fair, in a man in my condition, that's shout out enough. Congratulations. But whilst completing a half marathon, he literally stopped 2 people from dying. What a guy.
You're a good dude. Karma is all over your ass.
Oh my god. Yeah, he's got a few years of like just good luck. He should play a lottery. Like, he'll be covered. I think in the first 78 episodes now of Waffle Box, this is the first time I've actually made Mr. Kush spit out his drink.
I don't know why that happened. I haven't drinking any more than I have any other day, kids.
Oh,
so
dear.
we have finished our drink. It might be all over.
Editing this episode is gonna be a fucking minefield, just to let you know.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be different then.
All right, the final breathalyzer check on this New Year's episode.
0.13.
Congratulations.
Yeah, man. We are 1.5 times.
You win.
Congratulations, you couldn't drive.
We haven't been able to drive the entire show.
Well, that's I mean, you hit a 0.08 technically. If anything, this episode should serve as an educational purposes, because this proves, hey, the system's not, because Kush at 0 point during the show should be able to drive, but technically, by the law, he could have done like an hour and 20 minutes of this show, got behind a car, drove, got into an Uber. He could be an Uber driver. You could hire him. He could drive your mother and her pet dog. And yeah, oh my god,
you'd be probably more upset about your dog than your mom.
Yeah,
which is weird these days.
Shout out to dogs. But yeah, congratulations, you're officially drunk.
Yeah, yeah,
I wish
for
I
sure.
had one of those. That could have been fun. That could be maybe next year. We'll get one.
I
each.
was fucking telling you to get one, man. You're like, yeah, that's cute. Good for you. Maybe we'll do something with that in 2 weeks.
Maybe next year. Maybe next year we'll do one. We'll have a competition. Who can get the most fucked up live on the podcast?
I don't want to be a who can get fucked up. I just wanted to record like what this does.
Well, if it's not going to be a competition,
we drank a whole pint
interested.
of rum, kids. In what has it been 2? Recording wise, I think it's been 2 hours, but I don't know how long this will be when you edit it. So yeah. 0.13. The highest we went tonight.
I think maybe it's a good standard, but I think next year you need to aim higher. Quite frankly.
Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. All right. Well, I think we hit all the notes. I think we hit all the plugs. Oh dear. Pick your brain. But yes, seriously, if you are listening to this, if you are watching this, then thank you. Whether you've listened to one episode or all 49 episodes, I don't know how many you this, but it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for tuning in, listening. If you are listening and you want to watch You can find us on YouTube if you want to watch us, but if you want to listen to us instead, you can go to the links to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all that stuff. Make sure you go to enjoywafflebox.com. Whatever platform you're enjoying this podcast on, make sure you subscribe and follow. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your friends. That has officially been 2022. You're in the books. You can go fuck yourself. We'll be back in 2023. Where I'm sure we'll be, talking about the, New Year's resolutions, because I'm sure no other podcast will have that idea. But until next week, make sure to take care of yourselves and each other.
That's all, folks.